most media and most movies and everything you've seen in your life has shown the grind, or has shown like working hard as being so motivational, so interesting. But you begin to realize as soon as you start actually working hard, it's boring, it's repetitive, it's uninteresting. Doing the habits every single day is uninteresting. When you start, it might be interesting because it's a new thing, it's new energy for you. But if you keep going, you realize you're going to get bored. But the thing is, people fight this boredom and people don't like this boredom, but it is specifically the boredom that is a sign that you're actually growing and you're actually improving. So today that's what I'll talk about. I'll talk about a reframing mindset around boredom and how you can actually be positive with boredom, which is really contradictory to what everyone thinks. But yeah, today that's what we'll be talking about. So I define discipline as doing something until it feels boring, and doing it even when you're bored, and doing it when you don't want to. And that's what real discipline is. And the thing is, like I said before, these habits, like if you start all these habits on like self-improvement YouTube, like meditation, reading, journaling, revising, whatever, all these habits that require a lot of focus do get boring. There might be an initial honeymoon phase, as I like to say, of just, since it's new, it'll get exciting. But these habits do get boring over time, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. In a way, boredom kind of reflects and it's a sign that your brain is getting used to doing these habits every single day, and that's specifically where you grow. And that's the main thing about this video. About if you learn anything from this video, just remember, being bored when you're doing these habits is a good thing, not a bad thing, because it shows you're actually growing, you're actually improving. Your mind is getting used to this, which is good, because you want to build these habits every single day. And the thing is, this is where most people quit and most people give up. And that's the difference between people who make it and people don't. People quit because something is boring, because they think, oh yeah, this must be boring, it's not worth it. That's why people quit. That's why people quit. That's why people try and pretend that it's not worth it just because it's boring. And that's why people on self-improvement and people like you can go so much further and realize that it's a good thing, it's boring. You want to reach that boredom, basically. And I know it sounds so counterintuitive, and it is literally so boring, and so against every single other person saying it has to be interesting every single time. But boredom is where it actually is. And just have this reframe around boredom. Just realize these habits, you're getting bored for a reason, because your mind is getting accustomed to it. But basically the main message is, don't rely on motivation. Don't rely on motivation to start your goals. Don't rely on motivation to start anything new. Rely on your systems and rely on your habits. And that's why it's so much more important to rely on the systems around you, the habits you put in place, rather than just waiting for motivation. I'm not saying if motivation comes, you better take it, because it doesn't come often. But rely more on the system around you and the things you can control, rather than the motivations outside your control. If it comes, work on it. If it doesn't, rely on these systems, rely on these habits, build up these habits every single day, and you will change so much. Just imagine where you'll be in like a year's time, 6 months time, whatever. It's just so useful to literally, you can plan it out, write it down. It's just so good to see where you'll end up eventually. It doesn't really, it's not really motivating. It just makes you think more about where you'll be if you continue these habits. But yeah, basically the bottom line is, rely on your habits, rely on your systems in place, rather than external motivation, which you can't control, and you will actually see real growth every single day. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.